Good evening, everyone. My name's Darksmoka. I'd like to welcome you to the NXT GEN versus MRC team versus team race. This series is sponsored by DAE. That's David Appleby Engineering. So this is 14 and this is round 4 from Brands Hatch. Tonight there will be 2 sprint races. Initially there will be 50 minutes of quali, and then there's 2 sprint races. The first race is 10 laps long, and that consists of a full tank of fuel and any tyres between racing softs and racing hards. And then the second race is of 18 laps, and that is a start of half a tank of fuel, and they must use 2 different compounds of tyres in that race between the racing softs and the racing hards. Fuel consumption is on ×3 and tyres is on ×4, so they will have to stop. As I say, this is the 4th round in the series. There are 12 races this series, so I hope you stick around and watch the rest. I don't know how many people are in this lobby at the minute. 9 that are racing at the minute, so we'll flick through to bit of qualifying action. Flip through to the front man. Who's that? Hyperio. Okay, this guy was a new driver. Don't think he managed to make it last week. Obviously turned up this week, so fair play to him. And stick some options on for you people. Good run and L game at the minute. This is just qualifying though. These guys obviously have just come out of the pits. We may see 1 or 2 of the drivers turn up tonight. It's not a closed lobby now as such. They can still join qualifying now. Yeah, so we are still a couple missing. NGR Cashman, he's not here at the moment. Hyperio's in. I have seen him yet. APA 3, he's spectating at the minute. NGR Cashman has turned up, okay. Can't see Timmy yet. Let's just flick through the order quickly. So APA 3 is in the lobby. We're still missing Purzel, we're still missing Timmy, and we're still missing Street Boy as well, as it stands. So we'll flick up to front man and start looking at lap times. Obviously these guys have just come out of the pits, so this won't be, this one will be, but the first lap will obviously be a pit lap. So Hyperio with a 122. He's got a 122.6. L Game with a 122.7 at the moment. DS4 Bob with a 124, NGR E30 with a 130.799, Lowy with a 120, Louis, pronounced that wrong so far, so Louis, sorry, 123.7, and I think we've done these guys. So MRC Dangly Balls, just going to come across the line now. At 133.7. APA 3's not put in a fast lap, and neither has Cashman at the minute. Potomac Pot holding the fastest lap at the minute, so that sits him on pole provisionally. The second race this evening, the 18 lap race, will be a reverse grid of this race. believe Chewy D as well. There's no Chewy D at the moment either. He's another new driver from last week. Oh, someone's having a mare. Keeper on Hyperio, he's got another 122.1. So he's now got the fastest lap. Oh, Potter's just taken him though with a 122.0. So I'll flick through to Jambu as he just comes around the last corner. And he has now registered a still a 123.2 for his fastest at the minute. Dangly balls catching him in the sand there. APA 3 still on 126, so he had to put a decent lap in. NGRE 30 now with a similar time, 126.4. Cashman's still not completed a lap yet. Getting a bit of oversteer on that corner. Flick through to the front man, Potter McPot. Follow him on a lap round. As he comes up to Paddock's Hill Bend. Up the hill now to Druids. Graham Hill Bend. Keeping it wide and tucking it in on the apex for that corner. So he's putting in good times, his Potter, 120 to 1.8 now. Around Hawthorns. Into Westfield, I always struggle with that corner myself. And this one, the Sheen curve, that's always a naughty one for me. Through Sterling's and along Clearways. So into the Clark curve, back onto the Brabham straight. Oh, we've caught him just catching the sand there. Sticking on a new set of tyres after he's burnt some fuel off. You might see a lot of that during the qualifying. As the guys burn fuel, obviously the car becomes lighter, so they can get in quicker laps. Hyperio, obviously from Sweden there. I think he drives for a Swedish team as well as MRC. So again, a big shout out to DAE, that's David Appleby Engineering. The guys there have sponsored this this series, and they've offered 2 tickets to the British GT race down at Brands Hatch with garage access, so again thank you to them. Also a big shout out to the guys who helped set up these Facebook pages and these leagues, so Mark Sykes and Dennis Shower for NXT GEN and MRC respectively. Flip back now to Jambu. Still his fastest lap, his second lap there, 123.2. So just catching him going wide there. Quick glance at Louis, apologies. It's going to take me a little bit of getting used to, my friend. I've called you the wrong name for 3 weeks now, so it will take a little while. I do apologise. Okay, Chewy D's turned up. So Louis with a 1:23.7 at the moment. Not registered as his fastest, so I wonder if he's had a penalty somewhere around that lap. I'll watch from Janbu's perspective as he chases Lowry round. Keeping it tight on the apex of 30s. Guys using the Mercedes. Seems to be a popular car this with this series, this GR3 series, as we just catch Jambu getting a little bit wide there and onto the grass. Manages to collect it though without spinning off. Won't affect his lap time though. He has just come out of the pits, so this will be his hot lap, but we'll flick through the order. So 1:24 for NGR E30, 1:24.2. APA again coming in for a new set of tyres. Dangly Balls looks like he's doing the same. All the guys seem to be running racing softs tonight. For obvious reasons, it'll be interesting to see what the second race holds. They do have to change compounds during the race. So L Games put in a 1:22.2. Oh, we just catch him going wide there at Druids. Louis with a 1:22.8. Janbu with a 1:23.2. DS4 Bob, I believe he's changed his name from last week. I believe he was DS Boca, so that is DS Bob. He's not put a fast lap in yet. Just catch NGR coming out the pits. It's fresh tyres on. He's used half a tank of fuel, so he should be able to put in a bit of a quicker lap now. Let's go and have a look at the man at the front, Potter McPot. Put in a 1:21.7 now. It's a couple of 1:21s he's had. So have a look at Hyperia now. He's very close with the 1:22.010. A little bit of work to do to keep up with Potter and get that pole position though. Whole game still with his 1:22. Louis again with the 1:22. NGR Jambu 1:23. As we just see Chewy D going a bit wide on the grass there in the background. DS4 Bob still to put a time in as he's kicking up the dust on that corner. NGR 30 1:24.2. NGR Cashman. This will be his fast lap so far. So 1:27.4. APA 3 still with the 1:24.3. MRC Dangly Ball 1:25.8. And Chewy D with a 1:43.5. So he has just turned up in the lobby, so give him a lap or two, I suppose. Potter McPot now is increased his time, 121.6 now from a 121.7. Flick through to Potter. He's got a touch of oversteer on the out as he comes out of Druids. Into Graham Hill Bend. Now into Surtees. So most of the guys have been in the pits and changed tyres after burning off most of half of the tank of their fuel. And that'll be the end of qualifying. So as it stands, Potter McPot in first, Hyperio second, then L-Game in third, NBR Jambu in fourth, Lowy in fifth, DS4 Bob in sixth, NGR 30 in seventh, MRC Dangly Balls in 8th, NGR Cashman in 9th, APA 3 in 10th, and Chewy D in 11th. So we'll just wait for the race to start. We shouldn't have any issues with the servers this week. I've not seen anything about it. We had a bit of glitchiness last week. But, there's been nothing on the radar about glitchy servers, so hopefully we'll be all right. So again, it seems to have done its. Just keep an eye on the start. Potter McPot in first. NBR Jambu's had a jump start, as well as NGR E30. So they've been penalised and held back a little bit. So Hyperio and Potter in first and second. DS4 Bob now coming up the side of L-Game. Just had to tuck in behind as they come into Druids. Louis in fifth. NGR Cashman in sixth. MRC Dangly Balls in seventh. NGR Jambu in 8th, APA 3 in 9th, Chewy D in 10th, and NGR E30 in 11th. So yeah, he had a bad start, he jumped the lights. You get penalised for that in this game. Yes, I was saying it has. It's given me the camera nightmare again. It won't let me change cameras again, people. Apologies. So we'll be sticking with these cameras. Keep an eye on the front guys at the moment. These three guys have pulled a bit of a lead. Potter McPot, Hyperio, and L-Game. Half a second between them all. DS4 Bob now just got in front of L-Game. Cashman into 7th behind this bunch. DS4 gets it a bit wide on that corner. L-Game and Dangly Ball, Louis and Dangly Ball have managed to take advantage of that. Run through the order: Potter McPot in first, Hyperio in second, Louis in third, MRC Dangly Balls in fourth, NGR Cashman in fifth, DS4 Bob in sixth, APA 3 in seventh, Chewy D in eighth, NGR Jambu in ninth, NGR 30 in 10th, and it looks like we may have lost L-Game out of the lobby. It looks like it, fortunately. So Potter McPot and Hyperio now. L-Game was with these guys, but he seems to have disappeared. These guys have pulled a bit of a gap out now. So 5 seconds, Hyperio and Potter McPot have pulled out from third place Louis. Just flick back to this battle. Louis pulled a bit of a gap out now to MRC Dangly Ball. being chased by NGR Cashman, DS4 Bob. Again, this is only a 10-lap race, so it will be a bit fighty, I think. NGR Cashman looking down the inside. Ah, yes, looks like Elgate was kicked out. He's turned up again. Unfortunately for him, he won't be able to re-enter this race. Just flick down the order now. So DS4 losing a place. Getting a bit wide as we just watch APA 3 getting a bit wide on Graham Hill Bend there. APA 3 lost loads of time, put himself back to 10th place now, 1.6 seconds back behind Chewy D. Chewy D didn't turn up in the lobby long. He didn't have many laps to get his qualifying times in, so he started at the back, but has managed to gain a place from APA 3. Louis there, sorry, not Louis, NGR Cashman having a nightmare as well, going on the grass, being overtaken by Chewy D, NGR 30 and APA 3. He's now into 10th. Flipping to 7th, watch a bit of NGR 30. Second back from NGR Jambu now, who has taken Hyperio, who's had a moment. So he was right on the tail of Potomac Pot and must have had a massive moment because he was 5, maybe 6 seconds in front. So Potomac Pot, yeah, almost 5.5 seconds up, and Hyperio is right with him. So Hyperio's had an absolute mare. So Louis now into second. MRC Dangly Balls chasing him, just within the slipstream range. He has lost a bit of time to him there. DS4 Bob managed to make a place up into 4th. Must have been when Cashman had his moment. So here Hyperio's back up into 8th now from his crash. Order, give the guys a bit of coverage. Chewy D up into 7th now. Big gap between him and Hyperio. So it's Hyperio, Cashman and APA 3. Looks like there's going to be a good battle here at some point. Let's go and have a quick look at Potomac Pot. Still 5.5 second gap out to the next man, Louis. Apologies. So we're halfway through this 10-lap race now. As I say, it's only a 10-lap race. Next race after this is an 18-lap race. Slightly different configuration. There will be half a tank of fuel on that one. And they do have to pit and change compounds as well. It looks like Potomac Pot's having a good race here tonight. He's keeping that gap consistent. Oh, as we just catch Louis going wide, and MRC Dangly Balls making the place. DS4 Bob now right on him, taking him on the outside. Louis taking the inside line. DS4 Bob's got the speed though down the straight. Takes him into Clark Curve. So Louis there losing 2 places. Oh, as we just catch Bob going wide. Getting a bit too much curve there. Chewy D now being chased hard by NGR 30. Getting a little love tap on the back end. Has slowed NGR 30 down though, which puts Hyperio right on him. Let's see if Hyperio can pull any places back after the incident he's had. I bet he's swearing inside his helmet, if he's actually wearing a helmet. So Hyperio now gaining on the back of NGRE 30. They both grab a handful of grass as they go through there. Come down into Sterling's. Down clearways. Back onto the Bradham Straight. Lap number 7. So Hyperio at the minute holding the fastest lap. And that's all that NGRE 30 can see in his rear view mirror at the minute. Not anymore. As Hyperio gets him down the inside at Druids. Keeps the place as they go down into Graham Hill. Looking to catch up with Chewy D now. He's managed to catch up with Jambu and DS4 Bob. So this should be a good little battle as well. Chewy D half a second behind DS4 Bob. Jambu right on the back of Chewy D. It's going to be a good little race this. Keep it clean, boys. That's all we ask. Can either of them get the run on DS4 Bob? Maybe not down here, but onto the start-finish straight, possibly. Chewy D taking a wide line. Hyperio now. Saw Hyperio in the background. There he is, right on the back end of NGR Jambu now, sliding through that corner. Maybe lost a little bit of time to NGR Jambu. Oh, as Jambu just goes diving down the inside of Chewy D there. Lovely move. I don't think Chewy D was expecting that at all. Hyperio now giving Chewy D some pressure. I think they're side by side coming around 30s. See if he can do it up Pilgrim's Drop. No, he's pulled out. He had a look. He did think about it. Just stick with this little battle. DS4 Bob managed to keep the place now. Hyperio's lost a little bit more time to these guys. Chewy D right on the back of Jambu now. Can he get the run down? Into Paddock Hill Bend, not quite, but maybe on the run up to Druids. And he's done him around the outside. Fantastic move. These guys having a real good battle. And he keeps the inside line around Graham Hill Bend. Hyperio now, he's being brought back into the mix. So we'll just flick through to Potter McPot. Now with a 12-second lead over MRC Dangly Ball. So having a really good race. Flick through to MRC Dangly Ball. Seems to be out on his own at the minute. 3 seconds behind him to Louis. Louis is catching slowly. We'll just keep an eye on that. But also want to keep an eye on this. Chewy's managed to get past. He got past Hyperio at Druids. He's managed to keep the place. Hyperio now pressuring Jambu. Can I get it done down the start-finish straight? Chewy D's got past DS4 Bob. Hyperion now looking down the outside of the lot of them. DS4 Bob now from 4th, he's now sitting in 6th, being chased by Hyperion. Chewy D's made a good move, managing to make it up to 4th. DS4 Bob now pressuring MR Jambu. We'll just flick through to the Chewy battle, the Louis battle. He's keeping his time consistent. 2.6 the gap, 2.7 last time we looked. So MRC dangling ball not being stressed out by man in his mirror as we're on to the final lap. Flick through to Potter McPot as he comes across the line to take the place. So first place to Potter McPot, well done to him. Just catch up with MRC dangling ball as he comes across the line now. So Loey's in 3rd, Chewy D in 4th, NGR Jambu in 5th, DS4 Bob in 6th. He was in 6th, and Hyperion's just taken him on the line. DS4 Bob now in 7th, NGR E30 in 8th, Cashman in 9th. A few seconds back now as he just comes around the final corner. Just catch up with him crossing the line, and APA 30 just behind him. So race 1 done there, people. So Potter McPot in 1st, MRC dangling balls in 2nd, Louis in 3rd. I've lost the standings now. I keep forgetting to take a photo of them. So there will be a slight pause in between race 1 and race 2, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes possibly. I'd say about 5 minutes while people just go for toilet breaks, etc. And then we're into the second race of this evening, which is an 18 lap race. Again, we're at Brands Hatch, and this is another sprint race. So they start with half a tank of fuel, and they have to use 2 types of tyre compounds between the racing softs and the racing hards. Obviously refueling as well. Congratulations to Potter McPot for winning the first race of tonight. Again, this series is sponsored by DAE, that's David Appleby Engineering. The guys there have offered 2 tickets to the British GT race with garage access, so thank you to them. There will be links in the description below. At the end of the race, when I've finished streaming, I'll type it all in. There'll be links to the NXT GEN, there'll be links to MRC, and there'll be links to the David Appleby Engineering website as well. So go check them out. If you like what you're watching, give this video a like, subscribe to keep up with the rest of the series, and yeah, hit that bell icon. So just a little bit of waffle while we wait for the race to start. Brands Hatch originally was a place where people used to ride push bikes. They used to come here. 1926, I think, was when it originally started having bikes around it. I was reading today, and it was only after the war they decided to start racing motorbikes, etc. around it. Had a lot of damage after the war. It took a lot of money to get it back running again. And yeah, they turned it into the track it is now. I struggle around Brands Hatch myself. I don't mind it, but I do struggle around it. And you can probably call me names if you want, but so there are actually there are 2 races running tonight, not just in this lobby. There's another lobby open. This is the pro lobby. and there is a Pro-Am lobby as well, so there's possibly up to 16 other guys racing around as well, doing the same format, 2 races tonight, all the same setup. They're only separated by their qualifying times for this series, so obviously the fastest guys get chucked into the Pro League, and the I'm not saying you guys are slow, the slightly slower guys are chucked into the Pro-Am leagues. As I say, I'm not saying you guys are slow, just not as quick as the guys in the Pro League. So looks like L-Game got disconnected in the previous race. He was running third, very unfortunate for him. He's right on the back of Hyperio and Potter McPot, and all of a sudden disappeared. So let me just tell right, who asked that question again? It was L-Game, I believe. Yes. So yeah, Potter there just reminding everyone they've got to use 2 different types of tyre. The delay is just, I think, while Potter sets up all the settings for the next race, so the half a tank, the 2 compounds, all the rest of it, 18 laps. Probably a change of time of day as well. I think that's how he's running it, so qualifying in essence of time is, let's say in the morning, the first race is dinner time, second race is afternoon, or qualifying at dinner, second race in the first race in the afternoon, second race in the evening, etc. So he is using the time options on the racetracks to simulate different times of day as the day progresses through qualifying and the 2 races. I've actually got some of the guys out on track just getting some laps in. There's a couple of guys, as I say, L-Game got kicked out, Chewy D turned up quite late, only managed to get a couple of laps in before qualifying ended, so unfortunate for him. Looks like the guys getting a bit of lag while they're driving. I don't know if people are streaming this or recording it. It might be using up a lot of bandwidth, causing issues on their end. Personally, I've not seen much glitching myself. So it didn't work last time. I'm just going to try this, people. This is what we had to... Someone mentioned this, to go to track, enter the race, and then leave the race to see if we can get the cameras working, but I can't see it working myself. It's not worked for the previous 3 series races, so I don't think it's going to work for this one. If anyone has any ideas on how to get the spectator cameras working, give us a shout, drop a line on this video, let us know. We tried the other night. I entered a lobby, the race was already running, went to spectate, yep, no problem, could swap all the cameras, no problem. This lobby, for some reason, it lets me change the cameras during qualifying, and then second it gets switched to a race, that's it. All you're getting is the spectator cam, you know, the outdoor cam. Won't let me go on board or bumper cam or anything like that. I don't know, it just makes the screen flash white. Give us a shout if you have any idea how to sort that out. Let me know, it would be very much appreciated. Some of the guys running around. Flick up to Chewy D, sitting in first. As I say, this is a reverse grid of the first race, so this is not a qualifying or anything. Okay, so Potter McPot has changed the settings, so it's now 6:15 in the evening. 18 laps, so half a tank, and reverse grid based on the previous results. So again, let me change his camera now, but during the race, it doesn't seem to want to let me, which is a shame, because I think some of these races, a bit of a view like that when you've got 2 or 3 guys chasing someone would look fantastic, but unfortunately, as I say, during the race it doesn't let me. Through the order. Just waiting for everyone to get on track and join back on. Here we go. Racing starting in a few seconds. So we'll see if the little trick worked that gets cameras changing. I don't think it will. Gaming first, unfortunately got kicked in the first race, so he starts at the front of the grid. So yeah, it's not going to let me change camera again, unfortunately. So we're watching for the start. Anyone creeping? No, everyone's got away good this time. So DS4 Bob's made a charge down the inside, he's now into second. L-Game's kept his first, APA3 runs wide onto the sand there. I'll put it back into last place, no doubt. So it's Druids, L-Game, DS4 Bob, Hyperio, NGR E30, NGR Cashman, NGR Jambu, Chewy D. So we just watch Bob going wide there. Potter McPot in 7th. NGR Jambu. He's had a minute. He's down in 8th now. Louis in 9th. And MRC Dangly Balls in 10th, APA3 in 11th. Yeah, we watched him going wide, so he's a few seconds back now. Flick through to the guys at the front. L-Game now with a 2-second lead on DS4 Bob. DS4 Bob's got Hyperio ride on him. NGR E30 going wide there. Losing place to Cashman. Potter McPot now up into 5th. Oh, he's dropped into 6th. NGR Cashman. Potter McPot is into 5th. He's having a battle with NGR E30. Managed to keep the place. A lot of action in that first lap. NGR E30 now being chased down by NGR Jambu. Louis right behind him as well. He's being pressured by Chewy D on the inside at Druids. Dangly Balls in 10th. APA3 again bringing up the rear. Unfortunately he's 9 seconds back now. Switching back to L game. Nearly 3.5 seconds lead now. A couple of laps from L game there. So NGR Cashman being chased. Potter up into 4th now after getting past NGR E30 and Jambu. On DS4's Bob's been kicked out by the look of it, or lost his connection. NGR Cashman losing a few places there after smashing into the wall. So there's only 10 drivers left now. Flick back up to L game. He's now got Hyperio catching him. He did have nearly a 3.5 second lead, so he's lost over about a second of that to Hyperio on that last lap. Potter McPot now up into 3rd. Jambu and E30 up 2 places, up a place as well after DS4 Bob's left the lobby. So L game now closing down on Hyperio closing down on L game. Potter McPot not that far back either. It's a good bit of driving for Potter McPot. He did start at the back of the race this grid, back of the grid this race. Making a bit of a gap onto NGR Jambu as well. He's got a bit of a gap on E30 now. He's got Louis chasing him as well, putting him under pressure. Oh, getting a little bit on the curbs there, could have been dangerous. Louis going wide, losing a place to Chewy D. NGR Jambu picking up a penalty, so he's going to lose a couple of places down the straight there. 3 places to Chewy D, Louis and NGR 30. Chewy D now right on the back of NGR E30. Might get him into Paddocks Hill Bend. He's looking down the inside. No. Maybe up the hill up to Druids. He's got him. He's got him. Louis now right in the mix for this. He's got him down the inside into Graham Hill Bend. Oh, he's just had to back out. Getting a little bit wide there with NGR Jambu now, still holding a tiny bit of penalty. He's right on the back of Louis now. Louis right on the back of NGR E30 running down this hill as well. Jambu pulls out, goes for the inside, he's got Louis. Louis not happy about that, he's right back on him. Cashman pulling back up to this bunch now as well, due to the battling. Chewy D made a bit of a gap. These guys aren't letting him go. Around the Clark curves, Jambu looking down the inside of E30 there onto the start-finish straight. So we just flicked to the front. L game now, he's lost another second to Hyperio. And Potter McPot has also gained a second on Hyperio as well. So they're all closing in on L, both of them closing in on L game now. Big old gap back to Chewy D, 7.5 seconds. Still managed to pull a bit of a gap now to NGR Jambu and Louis. Jambu still holding a bit of penalty though. Got a tiny bit of a gap to Louis. To lose that penalty though. Hopefully he's not doing it on the corners. That's a bit naughty of him. You can ghost and unghost on the corners, which can cause chaos. I've seen it. This little pack just spreading out now. Half a second between them each. GRE30's dropped off the back of this little pack. He's up there with NGR Cashman. He's made a bit of time up on him. MRC dangly balls coming up on them as well. APA3 also pulled some time back. So we'll keep an eye on APA3, see if he can claw a bit of time back on these guys, maybe make a place or two. Jump back to the front. So similar gaps to the before, about a second and a half. Should be seeing the guys coming into pit any time between lap 6 and lap 9, sorry. Fuel consumption is on, and tyre wear is on as well. Keep an eye on the middleman of this pack. Keeping the gaps consistent. And watch Hyperio just get a little slide on around that corner. Maybe gives Potter McPot a chance to gain a bit of time on him. Should jump back to Chewy D and NGR Jambu, so that was quite a good battle back there. Louis right on the back of Jambu now. Keeping it clean. Making a little bit of a gap, not a lot. They'll still get him in the slipstream and they'll get the toe of the hill. Jambu now looking for the move. He's got to be careful, he doesn't want to pick up another penalty. Lost 2 places because of that earlier. So can Jambu do anything down the Rubber Straights? Oh, he's coming to the pits. So we'll just have a quick look at the pit stop. Make sure he's changed his tyre compound. So he's coming on the softs. Comes out the mediums. So looking like Jambu's on a 2-stopper, sorry. Flick through to the battle at the front. So Hyperio and Potter McPot both have gained time on L game and each other. So we just watch Hyperio going wide. It's going to give Potter a look in. Both these guys using the Mercedes. Just watch Hyperio drop into the pits. We'll stick with Potter McPot. See if you can gain a bit of time on L game. Yeah, he's gained a bit of time on him. Almost half a second now. Dangly Ball and Cashman in the pits. Flick back to Chewy D, still being chased by Louis. NGR Jambu dived in the pits, so that's why he's at this race now. Louis giving him some pressure. Oh, he's looking down the inside. He's taking him. Can he hold it? Side by side now. Clean bit of driving from the pair of them. Chewy D takes the place back. Doesn't look Louis is going to let that lie. They're both pulling to the pits. We'll just jump to the Potter McPot now, who's jumped into first place due to everyone else pitting. So Potter McPot on lap 9. Lap 10, sorry, looking like he's going for a one-stopper. He's got an 18-second gap to Hyperio, who was in third, with L Game in first. But Hyperio's obviously done a good job and got ahead of him through the pit stops. Just drop to Hyperio as Potter jumps into the as Potter dives into the pits. We'll jump to Hyperio. See if Potter Pot can get out in front of him, or whether Hyperio takes the first place. As he comes around the left bend now. So Hyperio takes his place. Potter McPot's come out just in front of him, actually. That does do that. It did swap over for a second, but Potter McPot has kept the place. Kept a second lead as a second gap as well. So L-Game and Potter's strategy working out well. Potter making up 2 places, L-Game making up a place. And L-Game unfortunately was sitting in first, dropped into third. Jambu, Chewy D and Louis still fighting it out. So Jambu came in early. I think he was behind Chewy D when he came in. I managed to get in front of them both. Chewy D looking for a run. Can he get it done around Hawthorne? Oh, he had a look. Oh, he's looking down the inside. He's not going to do it into the Sheen curve. Or Sterling's. He's right on the back of him though. Can he get him before Clark curve? No. Brandon straight it is then. A real close battle between these 3 has been for most of the race. Just flip back to NGR 30. He's picked himself up a penalty. It's almost 5-second gap either side of him, having a little race of his own. Similar situation with NGR Cashman, not featured in much. He had a little moment into the wall earlier, which has put him back down into 8th. Unfortunate for him. MRC Dangly Ball now in 9th. APA 3 in 10th. So we'll flick back up to Potter McPot, who's being chased very closely by Hyperio. Right on him round here. Can Hyperio make the move down the straight? I think Potter's kept the position. Hyperio's not letting it go. will start to have a quick look at fastest laps, although Potter McPot at the minute. I will look at everyone else's fastest lap at the minute. I just don't want to miss any action. Very close now. It's going to take a tiny mistake from either of them. I will run through fastest laps then. Potter McPot with a 122.257. A Hyperio with a 122.516. An L Game, he has a 122.986. Chewy D's 123.167. Louis with a 123.3. NGR Jambu with a 123.324. NGR Cashman with a 123.638. Sorry, NGR E30 with a 638. NGR Cashman with a 123.677. Dangly Ball with a 122.657 and APA3 with a 123.7. They'll jump back to the front now. So they're holding station. Potter in first, Hyperio in second. Looks like it's going to be a close battle to the end, this one. But I also don't want to miss the battle between Lowy, Chewy D and Jambu. These guys have spread out a little bit, lost a bit of time to each other. So we'll keep our eye on the guys at the front, watch this battle. Seems to be where the action is at the minute. Potter McPot doing a real good job. He started in last place for this race. It's a reverse grid of the first race. So he's managed to battle his way through and take first place at the moment. Unless Hyperio's got something to say about that. Oh, Hyperio's just taken the fastest lap with a 122.196. 3/10 up on his previous fastest. So only 3 laps left now. Hyperio just getting it a bit wide. Jump back to L Game. Again having a race of his own. Chewy D's pulled out a bit more time on Louis. In turn has pulled out a bit more time on Jambu. NGR E30 still holding his penalty. It's not affecting anyone though. He could lose that if he wanted. That's getting in anyone else's way. So Cashman closing in on Dangly Ball now. Apologies, Dangly Ball has overtaken Cashman. Oh, as we just watched Cashman going a bit squiffy in the background at the back end of Surtees. He's lost a lot of time now to Dangly Ball. And APA3, unfortunately for him, he's 20 seconds back from Cashman. So we'll just flick through to the front. Hyperio's still on the back of Potter. He must be thinking about making a move at some point. He's only got a couple of laps left. He's got a good run up the hill. Oh, he's looking around the outside. I don't think he'll keep it down there, but he's gone for the cutback. No, not worth that time, Hyperio. So he's down the inside of Potter McPot now. they head towards Stirling. So Hyperio pulling out, it's gone for the outside line, side by side as they come up to Clark Curve. Hyperio's taking the place around the outside. Potter McPot now has had to duck back into second. He's having a look, it's a bit far back this lap. He's got a good run out of Druids though. Again, we'll just flick through the order, see if there's any action. Race seems to have spread itself out a little bit now. Just the guys at the front having a battle. As Potter looks down the inside, side by side, as they come into Westfield. Oh, Hyperio's held the place. Good battle from these guys. Just catch Potter going wide there, losing a bit of time to Hyperio. Oh, nearly losing the back end there. Obviously pushing real hard now as we come up to the final lap. Hyperio's pulled a bit of a gap on him, almost a second now. So this is it, it's a now or never manoeuvre. Final lap. There's only one or two places on this track where you can get a good overtake, a good clean overtake anyway. Just a little flick through the order, going to make sure I'm not missing anything. So Louis now catching back up. Louis now catching back up on Chewy D. Made a little bit of time on him. Jambu's dropped off. He's got NGR 30 catching him up now. Dangly Ball, Cashman and APA 3, they're out on their own. We just catch APA 3 going wide there. So Hyperio keeping that gap. Potter McPot's picked up a little penalty, so that's not going to help him. This is last lap. Oh, we see Potter going wide. He's managed to keep it on track though, as we watch Hyperio round the last corner as he comes across the line in first place. Good drive from Hyperio. Also good drive from Potter McPot. As I say, started at the back, made his way through the pack. L Game's now finished as we watch Chewy D come across the line in fourth. So Chewy D, Louis and NGR Jambu had a good battle throughout that race. A few laps it was real tight, jostling for positions left, right and centre. Oh, unfortunately NGR 30's ran out of fuel. It's a risk you take in these lobbies where fuel's on. If you don't do your fuel saving, you could be in trouble. So we just watched the last couple of guys come across the line. So NGR Cashman had a bit of a moment, put himself into the wall and back into 8th, unfortunately. And similar story for APA 3, unfortunately. I could have stopped watching it in APA 3, but I didn't want to. Sorry. So APA 3 bringing up the rear. Unfortunately, we did lose a driver. DS4 Bob unfortunately got kicked out of this race or lost connection. We had L Game, that happened to him in the first race as well, unfortunately. So unfortunate for the guys, unfortunate for you guys. More people on track, the better racing it is. But there it is. Potter McPot takes the first race tonight, and Hyperio then takes the second race. So we will update the points next week, and yeah, thanks for watching. So this has been the NXT GEN versus MRC team versus team race. It's been sponsored by DAE, that's David Appleby Engineering. There will be links in description below for MRC, David Appleby, and NXT GEN as well. So give those a click. Go and give the guys a visit. If you like these races, give us a like, subscribe if you want to see more. This is a 12 race series, 12 weeks it covers. This is only week 4, so there are 8 more races to go. Hit subscribe, whack that bell icon, all the rest of it, you know what to do. Nice one, people. This is Darksmoka. I'm out of here.